Namaste. Happy Holi to all of you. What a wonderful day today. I wanted to record whatever I'm saying today in the morning when I would have actually been playing Holi, playing with colors, with uh, with all our friends. If we were not in this pandemic, um, but I couldn't do it in the morning because it was very bright, as it should be this time of the year. So I'm recording, and I really did not want to record this indoors. It's really spring. It's not a time when we should be indoors at all. Um, so as I said, Holi is a day of celebration. It's a festival of celebrations. It's not one day. It is 2 days in many states of India. Day one, in the evening, you have either Holika Dahan or Kamana Habba, while the next morning is playing with colors. So, and that is what is known all over the world, that this playing with colors. I grew up in Gujarat, while my parents are originally from Karnataka. Because I left Gujarat, I left that a long time ago, and I have been living in the US for 3 decades, and we have been celebrating Holi here. Holi is a day when when the entire park gets colors. It gets bathed in colors. My backyard on any other day would have been bathed in colors. Uh, well, so I just wanted to bring to you what my memories are of these 2 days. As I said, I grew up in Gujarat. The evening before, we would all get together and burn burn a burn wood and many other things that was donated by others, and think of burning Holika, and I will tell you that story. And in Karnataka, children, mainly boys, would run around and steal wooden stuff from places, steal or hopefully get donated, and they would bring all that together and burn Kamadeva. And I will tell you that story. And of course, in Gujarat, the following morning would be all about running across the whole colony, the development, wherever we lived, throwing colors on everyone. We had a pitchkari that, water, water would be filled like water guns, and we would go and push that and, spray everyone with colored water, or we would just take fistful of gulal, it's a red color or yellow color, and just throw it on each other, or just paint each other's faces. Um, so so now the story, the two different stories that make up the real what we believe is Holi. Um, there are two wonderful stories. The story of Prahlada, Bhakta Prahlada. And Bhakta Prahlada's story goes this way. There is Hiranyakashipu, a Rakshasa, who is ruling the netherworlds, all the Danavas, and also creating havoc in all the three worlds. And it has been promised that no one could kill him, either indoors or outdoors. He couldn't be killed by any human or god or he couldn't be killed at daybreak or night break or nightfall. And these were so many boons that he had received, which made him completely invincible. He had a son called Prahlada. Under his rule, nobody could dare take Vishnu's name. They all had to take his name. He was the most powerful. He was the Almighty. And if anyone took any other god's name, let alone Vishnu, they would be killed. But his son, Prahlada, he dared to take Vishnu's name. No matter how much he was taught, no matter who taught him, he did not change. He learned everything that all his gurus taught. But in addition, he would take Vishnu's name. And this was something that Hiranyakashipu could not handle. And finally, he decided that even if Prahlada was his own son, it didn't matter. He had to set an example and he had to finish him off. Oh, how sad is that day when a father had to decide that it was time to get rid of the son because he wasn't doing what was supposed to be done. He was actually taking his enemy's name, his dreaded enemy, Vishnu's name. So now, in order to do that, to kill Prahlada, he had his sister, Holika, carry him on her lap. So he asks Holika, Holika, you have a boon that if you sit in fire, everything will get burnt, but you will stay. You will be fine. So, carry Prahlada on your lap. And she did so. She sits down and takes her nephew Prahlada on her lap and prays with all her yogic power to catch fire. And Prahlada is saying, Om Namah Narayana, Om Namah Narayana, Om Namah Narayana. He's just taking Narayana's name, Vishnu's name. And as he does that, he remains unscathed while Holika burns. Holika burns. Okay, so I just changed around so that the sun does not affect the storytelling. So now there's a story, as I said, that to commemorate this day when Holika herself was destroyed because she was trying to harm the bhakta, the devotee of Sri Vishnu. She was destroyed. To commemorate this day, we have Holi, and you do Holika Dahan, like everyone donates to building a big pyre. Okay, and then the next morning is all about celebration. The other story is about Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva has lost his wife Sati, and he has decided that he doesn't want anything in life, and he doesn't want any more material pleasures, and he has gone off to meditate. Now, there was a Rakshasa called Tarkasura, and he had to be destroyed. And his boon, the boon that he had received, was that only the child of Shiva and Parvati can destroy him. Now Parvati, the daughter of the Himalayas, she was doing a lot of tapas to gain Lord Shiva as her husband. But Shiva, he was completely engrossed in his meditation, in his dhyana, and couldn't see anybody or anything. The gods, Indra, Vayu, Agni, all the gods were now really impatient, and they wanted Shiva to look at Devi. At least if he looks at her, he would know that she was there, she existed. But he wasn't even looking. So someone had to disturb him. And who better than Kamadeva, Manmatha? So the gods go to Manmatha, that is Kamadeva, and tell him to shoot his arrows into to Lord Shiva. Who was Kamadeva? He is the god of love. And it is said that when his arrow pierces a heart, the eyes open and love is born to whatever you see. So Manmatha said sure. And it was a lovely spring day. Manmatha or Kamadeva and his wife Rati go down to the Himalayas, and they see all the beautiful flowers everywhere, and the birds chirping, and the waters flowing in the river, just making beautiful sounds. It's such a beautiful, beautiful, romantic day. And they see Shiva, Bhagavan Shiva, Lord Shiva meditating. And they see in front of him Parvati, Devi. She, as usual, she's coming and placing flowers and other wonderful things at the feet of Shiva. Kamadeva takes his arrows of flowers and strings his bow and shoots. And the arrow goes, and it pierces the heart, right the heart of Shiva. Shiva gets disturbed. He opens his eyes. He opens his eyes and looks around. He sees Parvati all right, but he sees everything else, the beauty of the place. But who disturbed him? Who disturbed me, he says. And he looks around and he sees Kamadeva, Manmatha, and Rati. And he sees Kamadeva and his third eye opens. When Shiva's third eye opens, what happens? Anything that is there in his eye, in his vision, just burns and burns to ashes. And as he sees, he opens his third eye, and who does his third eye see? Kamadeva. And Kamadeva burns into ashes. Of course, he has seen Parvati, and later on he gets married and to Devi and has a son who kills Tarkasura. But what has happened to Kama? He is burnt. Our Rati is sad. She feels the loss of her husband so much she cannot. She just starts crying and weeping. She goes to Lord Shiva and she says, Bhagavan, you can't do this to me. You can't do this to Kamadeva. You can't do this to my Manmatha. He is the one who brings joy to this world. He is the one who brings love to this world. He is my life. And he didn't mean to hurt you. He just wanted you to do what you were supposed to do. So can you please bring him back to life? Well, he says, okay, I shall bring him back to life, but he will not be visible to everyone. He will be visible only to you, O Rati. He will shoot his invisible arrows at anyone who needs to fall in love. And that's how you can't even see it when you fall in love. So, this day is celebrated in Karnataka as burning away the desires that we have, the bad desires that we have, and burnt in the fire. So Holika Dahan and Kamana Habba, both on the same day, reminding us of how when you want to do wrong, you know, uh, when you think of doing wrong to others, you will be destroyed. So don't think wrong, just like Holika did. Or don't just desire things. Don't don't have too much desire. Let's burn it away and let's start afresh in this day of spring. Happy Holi, happy spring, and let's hope for wonderful, wonderful days to come this year, this coming year. Namaste.